Hello, so we're going to draw the monsters from Color Monster and using those same colors that represent the feelings within the book. So there were 6 color monsters inside the book, so we need to make 6 spaces on our paper. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a large white piece of paper and you're going to write your name and the day you have art. Day A, day B, day C. Flip it over, and then you're going to bring the top of your paper down to the bottom of your paper so that you get this long skinny rectangle, and you're going to crease it. So you get a long skinny rectangle. When you open your paper back up, you have this line down the middle. I want you to take your pencil and go ahead and just trace over that line just to help you see that crease. Then I'm going to give you a tag board rectangle, which is 1/3 of the space going across this paper. 1/3, because we want 6 boxes. So you take this tag board pattern, you lay it down on your paper, and you want to make this side of the tag board pattern and this side of the tag board pattern equal or the same. So right now, my tag board pattern is a little bit over to the left. So this space is smaller than the space on the right. So I need to scoot my tag board pattern over to try to make this left side the same side as the right side, same size as the right side. So keep scooting until it looks about the same to you on both sides of the tag board. You're going to hold the tag board pattern down and you're going to draw against the tag board pattern a nice straight line with your pencil. And you're going to do the same on the other side of the tag board pattern without moving it. A nice straight line against the tag board pattern. You'll give this pattern back to me, and now you have 6 equal boxes. So I'm going to draw my color monsters with a Sharpie marker. I want you to do it in pencil so you can erase if you make mistakes. You can draw your monsters horizontal on your paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you can turn your paper vertical and you can draw them this way. It is really up to you. I'm going to draw mine this way because it just fits on the screen better. But honestly, if you want to turn your paper this way, that's a great idea. So like I said, I'm going to draw with Sharpie so that you can see on the screen. When I draw with pencil, a lot of times it's hard to see on the screen. So just to save us from having to be like, what did you draw? I can't see that. I'm going to draw with Sharpie. You're going to draw with pencil. So we're going to start with the top of the monster. So the color monster has 2 pointy ears and a zigzag line going across. These pointy ears are like the top of a triangle. So inside one of the boxes along the top, you're going to draw 2 tall pointy ears like the tops of a triangle, and then a zigzag line that connects these 2. Then the body kind of comes down like a zigzag, or it can come down as a straight line, but it's going to come down near the bottom of your space. So near the bottom, because you need to leave space for the legs. So I'm gonna do a zigzag line down my paper, or down the space, not my whole paper. And I leave some space down here for legs, and then you close the bottom of the monster off with a zigzag line going across. Okay, so that's the body and head of your monster. So I would like you to draw this in each of the boxes because all the monsters are the same. What changes the monster is the face. So down here, I'll do one that's just straight lines so you can see the difference, and you can choose to draw your monsters whichever way you prefer. So I draw my pointy ears, my zigzag line. Then this time I'm just going to do a straight line near the bottom, but not quite at the bottom because I want to leave room for feet, and then a zigzag line that closes it off. So there's the 2 differences. Really, whatever you like the best, you decide. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 4 more monster bodies in each of these spaces. All right, so now I have 6 monsters in each space. We're going to add feet to the monster. So the way that you add feet, it's a short line on the outside edge of the monster. and a longer line towards the middle, a long line that goes out for the bottom of the foot, zigzag, and then come back towards that short line. So remember, it's a short line towards the outer body of your monster, a long line in the inside of your monster, zigzag, and make it connect. So you're going to do this on all of your monsters, 2 feet on all of your monsters. Okay, so now all my monsters have feet, so now they need arms. Monster arm is 2 lines and a zigzag for the hand. Let's see if we can find one. Here we go. Here's a monster. And they curve up. This one monster's curving up. So your arms don't all have to go down. You can curve some up if you like. Let's see. This monster, his arms are going down. But see how they're just zigzags. So maybe I have room for this monster, so maybe I'll make his arms go up. So 2 lines that go up, a thumb, and then zigzags. 2 lines that go up, a thumb, and then zigzags. Just like that. Okay. Maybe this one I can make go down, a thumb, and zigzags. A thumb, and then a zigzag. Okay, so you decide how you want your hands to go. You could have your monsters holding hands across your paper if you like. Maybe I'll make this one hang down. So I might want to make the arms that are going up to either be my happy or love monster, or maybe I want it to be my scared monster. A sad monster might not hold his hands up like that, so maybe I make sure that I do a sad monster on one of the monsters with the arms going down. So we're going to go ahead and start to draw the faces of our monsters. So the first monster is Happy Monster. So we're going to look at his face. He has a big smile, some jagged teeth, his eyes are up, and then he has this funny little eyebrow. So we're going to go ahead, pick a monster for your Happy Monster, and you're going to draw a big smile going across the face. Mine's a little crooked there, but hey, it's okay. Mistakes are how we learn. Add some teeth. His eyes go up. And then he has a funny eyebrow. His funny eyebrow is like a big V, like this. Like a big curved V, or one of those like fake birds that people draw in the sky. They draw like a bird flying. And then across the top is like a zigzag or a bumpy line. And when you're doing this with marker, you could go ahead and color this in when you're starting to outline with marker. Maybe with pencil, you just draw it and you color it in later. So there's our Happy Monster. That eyebrow is a little funny. Maybe I should have made it a little bigger. So if I look back at this picture again, that's pretty much what's there. It's a little bit more like not a shaped outline, but it's pretty drawn, pretty much just like that. All right, so now the next monster in our story is the Sad Monster. So he's got the funny eyebrow, but his eyes go down, and he has a slight frown. So instead of the line curving up on the ends for the smile, it curves down on the ends. So I'm going to pick a monster for my Sad Monster. And I'll do a frown. His eyes go down. He's got his eyebrows. And then a few jagged teeth. All right, so there's that monster. Color in. You won't color this in with pencil, you just color it in with marker. Okay, so we did sad. So let's see what's next. All right, this is Anger, Angry Monster. So his mouth is a little open. with some teeth. His eyes are big, and his eyebrow is the same. His eyebrow doesn't, I guess the eyebrows don't change. So I'm going to pick one that's angry, and I'm going to draw a frowny line, but then I'm also going to draw a smile line to make that open space, and then some jagged teeth. His eyes are big, circles. The inside dot is colored in. And then I need to do the eyebrows. Just like that. So there's the angry monster. So now we're doing fear, the fear monster. And he's a little small to see, but he has a wavy line for the mouth, big open eyes, jagged teeth, and then the eyebrows. So it's big open eyes and a wavy line for the mouth. Make sure your eyes are nice, neat circles that are closed. You didn't just like whip around your line for your circle and it's open. And then he needs his eyebrows. Okay. And then we have Calm Monster. Calm Monster, he has a gentle smile. His eyes are closed and down, almost like the Sad Monster, but the eyes are like the Sad Monster, but the mouth is like the Happy Monster. And then an eyebrow. Okay. And then what monster did we forget as the story goes? The Love Monster. So he's a nice big smile, eyes wide open, eyebrows, and some jagged teeth. All right. And so now I have my 6 color monsters, but they're not colored yet. But I have them drawn. So now what I'd like you to do is make your paper look like mine and go over all your pencil lines with a black Sharpie marker. Color in the dots of the eyes and color in the eyebrows. And then we're going to use color and a variety of media to add color to our monsters. Okay, so we have Happy Monster here. It's a variety of yellows. I'm going to get a yellow oil pastel and a yellow orange oil pastel. And you're going to get some scrap paper to clean off the oil pastels. Just the tip of it where you're going to color. So you just kind of twist it around and kind of scribble some of that dirt off the end of the oil pastel that you're going to use. You don't need to clean the whole thing. And I'm going to clean off the end of this yellow orange. And I'm not going to color in the whole monster. I'm definitely not going to get this oil pastel on the teeth. But I'm going to add some texture, which is how furry he looks. So I'm trying to show that he's furry with some broken lines up and down, vertical. Add some yellow oil pastel. Okay. And then I'll use a watercolor brush, water, and I'll pull my watercolor brush across the edge of the yellow. The yellow is a little greenish, so I'm going to clean that off. So just get clean water on my paintbrush, rinse it off, clean water. And so that looks pretty yellow. So I get a puddle of water on top of the yellow. I gently touch the watercolor that's under the water. Gently touch. I'm not taking my paintbrush and digging it down in there. I'm using the tip of it, and I'm going to color in this monster very carefully. Now I'm using a big watercolor brush because my monsters, I filled up the rectangles, but if you drew your monsters kind of small, you're going to need to use a smaller brush. And I'm going to try to be very careful and paint around the teeth. I don't want to rush this and be lazy and paint my teeth yellow, because the teeth for my monsters were white in the book. And yellow is a good color to represent happiness or joy, like in the movie Inside Out. So I'm out of water on top of the yellow. The yellow's dry again, so I need to take my paintbrush, get water on it, pull it across the edge of the oval, wiggle it around to finish the feet. Now where the oil pastel is, the paint will not sit on top. The oil pastel pushes the paint off of it. So I filled in. So now my next one here is the scared monster. So that's gray. So I need to try and find a gray oil pastel, which that might be a little difficult because gray does not come with our sets. We had some old skinny oil pastels that had gray in them. So I'm going to get some crayons to color in and add some texture, the look of texture of fur on my scared monster, or fear monster. Making sure not to color over the teeth or the eyes. And then rinse my paintbrush off. I'm going to go to the black, but I'm going to use mostly water. So I'm just going to barely touch the water and see how that's a grayish color there instead of black. I'm going to use mostly water and just a touch of the paint to color this in. And I got paint on the teeth of my monster. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying close attention. So I can't fix that, unfortunately. So just need to try and be more careful with my next monster. Get more water. You can see the watercolor starting to get moist and turn really black. So I want to get maybe some plain water and add that to lighten this black up and make it more of a gray color. Okay. So now I have my love monster. So that was pinks and reds. We have a pink oil pastel and red oil pastel. I'm going to clean these off. A little bit of red I want to add to the love monster. I don't want to add too much red or it might be confused with the anger monster. And then I'm going to use red paint right here. Red is messy. It's got the black on top of it. So I'm going to wiggle my paintbrush, rinse it off. Wiggle my paintbrush, rinse it off. Wiggle my paintbrush, rinse it off. Okay, so now I don't want this to get confused with the anger monster. So I'm going to use lots of water and just a touch of paint so that it's not a true red. It's more like a pinkish color. So this takes a little bit of practice. Because as the water sits on top of the red, you can see my paint starting to get darker. So I just want to move that around on my monster and not leave it puddled there, looking a lot like red. Oh, I just painted over my teeth again. Ugh, I keep forgetting. All right, so there's my love monster. So now I'm going to move my water to scoop my paper up on the screen so you can see it. Okay, so this is my angry monster. So we'll just keep the paint. I get my red oil pastel out. It's a different one, so I need to clean that off. And I'm going to look for a red orangish color and use both of those for my fur. See, the red orange looks very much like red, so you know it's a red orange if it looks more like a red color and less like an orange color. And then I'm going to take a black crayon because it's smaller. Oops. And And I'm going to color in the mouth with a black crayon. You know, I should have probably colored this mouth in with my marker. A black crayon will work. Okay, so now I want a dark red because this is anger. So I'm going to put a puddle of water on the red, wiggle it around, gently touch the red underneath. There we go. And now I got a nice red paint there. And be real careful to keep it off my teeth this time. All right, so there's my anger monster. So this is sad, and this is calm. So I need 2 blues. These look pretty clean, so I don't need to clean them off on the scrap paper. And then a blue. There's lots of blues to choose from on your tray. We've got a regular blue, we've got a turquoise blue, we have like a blue violet and a blue green. I think you probably should either pick turquoise or the regular blue. I think if you go with blue green or blue violet, people are going to get a little bit confused as to if this is the sad monster or not. So I put some water in my blue paint, wiggle it around. It's really light in color right now because the water hasn't sat on the blue paint to make it dark yet. So I'm trying very carefully to paint around my teeth. Okay. And finally my calm monster, which is green. So I've got a light green color. And let's see if I can find the dark green. Okay, clean these off. All right. And find a green. We have a yellow green and a regular green. Whatever green you like better, put a puddle of water on top of that color. Gently wiggle your paintbrush bristles to touch the paint. Try not to paint over your teeth. Okay, and so now you're finished with your artwork using color to show feeling. You have your 6 color monsters. You're going to put this paper, you're going to carry it with 2 hands very carefully and put it on the drying rack. Your scrap paper that you scribbled on, you're going to wad that up and you're going to put that in a blue recycle bin. And then I'll come around and get the paints, or I might have you clean them up, and I'm also going to have you clean up the oil pastels. And that's how you create artwork using color to show feelings or emotions. Good job, first grade.